Welcome back, everybody. It's Untap Your Go, and as you can see, I do not have my webcam. I apologize. I realize that my webcam is not focusing and the image quality is just terrible, so I think for today's video, I'm just going to go audio only, and then I'm going to try to exchange it later, so just stay tuned and bear with me, and I'll have it fixed in no time. But diving into the deck, if you were familiar, I did a 60-second deck tech on vampires, and since then I have made a few changes, so we're going to cover this deck today and play in some best of 3. 3 copies of Legion's Landing. This creates tokens when it comes into play. When you flip it, it turns into a land that taps for mana. That also turns into a creature factory. So this is really good for what we're trying to do because we want the early creatures as well as having a mid to late game plan. Just be able to keep going wide and create more creatures. We have 4 copies of Sky Marcher Aspirant. This is one of the best 1-drops we have access to, being a 2/1, and it gets flying as long as you have the City's Blessing, which we do get very quickly in this deck. 2 copies of Fatal Push for early aggression, and this is actually especially good in this deck because we can trigger the Revolt half very easily by playing our Sorin, and our Blood Artist is going to be, counting creatures dying anyway, so we kind of have a little bit of sacrifice strategy in here as well. We have 4 copies of Knight of the Ebon Legion. This is the other premier 1-drop, and it scales very good in the mid to late game because early, you can threaten the activation, it deals a ton of damage, and it just gets bigger and bigger every time your opponent loses 4 life, so this is one of the best vampires we have. Getting to the 2-drops, we have all 4 copies of Adanto Vanguard. Having the option to give this indestructible, and it just being a really nice aggressive attacker is perfect for what we're trying to do. This deck is very weak against board wipes, so having something that can be a resilient threat is very, very important. Then we have 4 copies of Blood Artist. This is another board wipe protection, so if our opponent... if we can deal a bunch of damage by turn 3 or 4, by the time your opponent plays their board wipe, if we have a Blood Artist in play, that could just be enough to close out the game. Then we have 2 copies of Gifted Aetherborn. This is a 2-mana 2/3 with Death Touch and Lifelink, so this is really good against early aggression. It just brick walls a lot of mono rights creatures, and this getting the +1 from Legion Lieutenant as well as our other vampires, but this with lifelink and stuff getting bigger is going to help gain us a ton of life. And getting to Legion Lieutenant, it pumps all of our creatures, so this is our Lord for the deck. In the 3-drops, we have all 4 copies of Sorin Imperious Bloodlord. We're not playing Haunt of Hightower or Image Storm Dragon like I said, but it is nice because it essentially doubles your mana the turn you play it. You can play it for 3 minus and play another 3-drop immediately, so this is just really good. So you can get this on board without having to take a turn off, and you can also play your other vampires. And then just having the +1 to sacrifice and bolt something, or basically Lightning Helix because you gain the 3 as well, it's really strong, closes out the game very quickly, and it can put 1/1 counters on your vampires and make them stronger, so it does a lot for this deck. 2 copies of Yeheni. This is one of our sacrifice outlets, or this is our sacrifice outlet, I'm sorry, but being able to sacrifice with this and Sorin Imperious Bloodlord is really going to help trigger the Fatal Push, and it's going to help trigger the Blood Artist. But this getting indestructible means it's another resilient threat, just like Adanto Vanguard. It makes it really hard for our opponent to stop what we're trying to do. Then we have 2 copies of Drana, Liberator of Malakir. It's a 3-mana 2/3 with flying and first strike, and when it deals combat damage to a player, it puts a 1/1 counter on each other attacking creature you control, which is super good because this has first strike. It's going to deal its damage first, and then all the counters get placed on your creatures, and then they're going to deal all of their damage. And then we have 2 copies of Nighthawk Scavenger. This is basically another copy of Gifted Aetherborn, except it has flying, and it gets bigger over the course of the game, equal to the number of card types in your opponent's graveyard. And then to top off the rest of the curve, we have Sorin Vengeful Bloodlord, 2 copies. It's a 4-mana Planeswalker with 4 loyalty. As long as it's your turn, creatures and Planeswalkers you control have lifelink. Super strong for what we're trying to do here. And the +2, Sorin deals 1 damage to target target player or Planeswalker. And then you can -X, return target creature card with converted mana cost X from your graveyard to the battlefield. That creature is a vampire in addition to its other types. Doesn't matter, all of our creatures are vampires, but what is important here is that all of our creatures cost 3 or less. So Sorin comes in, it can bring back a creature from our graveyard, any creature the same turn it comes in. So that's really strong here. In the mana base, we just have a mix of our basics and a mix of our duels, pretty short and simple. You could play some Fabled Passage if you want to help make the Fatal Push a little bit better. I didn't really want to play it here because we really want to stick all of our stuff. We want to curve out perfectly every single game. In the sideboard, we have another Fatal Push against aggression, 2 copies of Thoughtseize for control, 2 more copies of Gifted Aetherborn against creature-heavy matchups, 3 copies of the Elder Spell, all 3 copies. This deck falls apart to Planeswalkers like Blue-White Control, Esper, and the like. This being able to just pop all of the Planeswalkers at once and dump all the counters onto our Sorins is very strong. And then we have 2 copies of Revival Revenge. The Revival half is good against control. The Revenge half is also pretty good against control, but it comes in sometimes more than you think, especially against like mono red. If you can just get the 6, double your life total can save your ass a lot of the time. And then we have 3 copies of Witch's Vengeance. Even if our opponent plays like 1 or 2 vampires in their deck, there's not a whole ton of vampires outside of the vampire tribal, so this can be brought in against goblins, elves, the like, and it's just a nice one-sided board wipe. And then to finish off the sideboard, we have 2 copies of Leyline of the Void. Exiling Graveyards isn't as relevant right now with Orah basically getting the hammer. I'm not sure if it's banned officially yet, but you know, Leyline of the Void is still going to shut down Croxas and Emery combos and other just graveyard shenanigans. And that is vampires. So we're going to take this into some best of 3 today and play maybe like 3 games total. And we will see you in the wrap up. Alright, going into game 1 against Spot Cav. He's playing a Gigantha deck, which is pretty cool. And, oh wait, can you click this? You can. Wow, that's really cool. I didn't know that. So we're going to choose to play first. Perfect for what we're trying to do. And this opening hand is not at all disgusting. We're keeping this. We will pay the 2 life. A friendly opponent. Hello. We will say hello to the puppers. You always say hello to the pup. Ooh, really cool swamp for our opponent. Thoughtseize. It's a nice follow-up. Yeah, take your pick, man. Whichever one you pick, I still get. Alright. Blood Artist it is. So, he wants to get rid of this Blood Artist. I really could just go wide here. I imagine he has board wipes, though. We're going to get down our Blood Artist. It's probably going to save us. Or at least give us a little bit of board wipe clearance. Definitely wouldn't mind drawing a 3rd land and just emptying my hand. Ooh, Priest. Yahenni's not bad. Well, we didn't get our land, so we can't even threaten the activation of the Knight of the Ebon Legion. So we're just going to play our Sky Marcher Aspirant and another Knight of Ebon Legion. Wow, this is really awkward. We definitely need our 3rd land here. Yep. Another Priest. Are you going to sack him? Oh. You are? Seems like kind of a waste, really. Yep. I guess we get rid of one of the knights. I don't want to, but... yeah, I don't know. It didn't seem like it really worked out for our opponent that much. Another Serrated Scorpion. And an Oven. Land is really what we want to see, though. So I could attack with the Knight and threaten the activation. I kind of want to get the Yahenni down as well. Sprint. You know what? Yeah, let's just play Yahenni. Let's just go wide here. All attack minus the Blood Artist. He can kill the Sky Marcher Aspirant if he wants to. No? Okay. Well, free damage then. That actually works out better than I originally thought. And we get the Knight of the Ebon Legion triggered activation. Or triggered ability, I'm sorry. Red. Okay. Okay, and he buys his Gigantha. That's pretty strong. No creature to activate the Priest of the Forgotten Gods, though. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, ooh, we would be so close to actually having flying already on this. Alright. So I think same deal. We're just going to all attack here. Minus the Blood Artist. See how our opponent wants to block. Ooh. Alright, so we're going to take that activation. Opponent's down to 3. Pay the 2, and we have another Knight. And I mean, even if our opponent manages to get a board wipe, they're still dead. This is a pretty good setup. Yeah, claim the firstborn makes sense. So gonna say, can I just kill him this way? Yeah, I'm just gonna try to kill him. And before you get your food, you're dead. Good game. So we actually got really lucky there, being caught in the type of, in the stack. We actually were able to kill him before he got his life. So we definitely want to bring in the ley lines, I think. Be really strong against them. Can bring in the extra copy of Fatal Push. And as far as them sacrificing creatures, so what do they have? They have a human cleric, scorpions. They could be playing mayhem devils and stuff. Thoughtseize maybe might be helpful. I think we can bring in like one revival. Bring in the Aetherborns. Sorry, so let's see how we make these cuts here. Probably trim up on a Sorin. Go down one here. Opponent is playing a lot of removal, so the Hennies and the Dantos are really good for us. Also the Nighthawk Scavenger. All of our creatures costing 3 though makes them very susceptible to their claims. So we have to be very careful there. So actually, let's go down one Aetherborn. Let's go down one more Sorin. Yeah, let's go down a couple Sorins actually. It's a very creature heavy matchup. We want to stick our creatures against their Priest of the Forgotten Gods. And then we'll go down one Sky Marcher Aspirant. And yeah, that looks pretty good. Opponent's on the play, and our opening hand is amazing. Absolutely amazing. No, I guess not. That feels really good though. Their Fatal Passage going straight to the exile. So I guess if they play like Croxes and stuff, doesn't really get them much value. Start off with the Godless Shrine. And I think next turn we play the Gifted Aetherborn and then the Lieutenant. Ooh, Dreadhorde Butcher. So this is when it dies. So does it actually die if it goes to the graveyard? Or if it doesn't go to the graveyard, I mean? Claim the Firstborn here would suck. For that. Alright, opponent got some good early aggression here. Sorin is pretty good. It's not going to be able to kill this yet. Yeah, I guess we just get down to Legion Lieutenant. What a sick animation. Ooh, our opponent with the clutch Thoughtseize. Okay. We might be pretty dead this game and have to bring in our Thoughtseize in the third match. With the claim. Gross. Well, we still can't kill the Dreadhorde. So, we're in really bad shape. Yeah, that's pretty good. And we really can't do anything about this. No box. Alright, no attacks. Like, I kind of want to block with the Blood Artist over the second Legion Lieutenant. But then I'm afraid he might have, like, a pump spell or something. So, I mean, really, I guess I just all block and he can just choose. Yep. Wow, that actually worked out way better for me. Yeah, exactly what I thought. So, the die trigger doesn't happen. Wow, that was juicy. We might have a chance now. I don't know though. There's still 4 cards up. They're missing their lane drops, but they're in an exceptionally good position right now. Going to -3. Play the Nighthawk Scavenger. Yep, let's start getting in. Can we close out this game and completely avoid the 3rd match? Alright, opponent found our land. Serrated Scorpion, it's not bad. Man, Leyline just makes this deck's operation kinda complicated. Ooh, double Bloodlord, or Blood Artist. Pretty good. So I can actually put the counter on the Nighthawk Scavenger and just start getting in. I can also force him to sack the priest by sacrificing one of our Blood Artists. Kind of like that, actually. Sacrifice a vampire, you did. Oh, gotta deal damage there. Oh, gotta deal damage there. And deal 3 there. And our opponent didn't even sacrifice it with the oven. Okay. I guess they're gonna wait till the combat step. And actually make it not good for them. Alright. It's looking pretty good. 4, 5, 8. So we actually have lethal on. Oh god. Oh no. Oh god. Oh Jesus. Mayhem Devil, Cauldron, Cat. Oh god. This is exactly what I didn't want to see. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wait, you can just have that free damage, bro. Because you're just gonna try to deal a 1 here and then sacrifice it to kill it. Not happening. You gotta work for it. Ooh, alright. So whenever you sacrifice a permanent, I mean, to be honest, I kind of just want to kill this. You can't sacrifice the cat and loop the whole combo. That's really good for us. I don't know here. I don't know. So we're definitely playing the Adante's Vanguard. And I think we'll put the counter here.
I bestow a mighty curse.
Yep. Opponent's taking the damage. Now they really have to play out this turn. Oh, geez. Double Mayhem Devil. Okay. That makes the process a lot easier. Alright, land. It's the last thing for our opponent. Well, they have to kill the Blood Artist first, otherwise this gets really complicated. Yep. That's fair. And we actually don't get the death trigger from their Serrated Scorpion because it goes to the graveyard, or to exile, I mean. Alright, so they have 2 more abilities. Where are they targeting it? 2 of them are going there.
You mortals never learn.
Alright, they're up to 6. You know what? I'll attack here. Guess we'll have to put the counter there. He's gonna kill the Sorin. Maybe that was a mistake to all attack. Yeah, it doesn't really matter though. Still in an okay position. Sure.
Vengeance will come for you one day.
Ooh. Ooh, that's really good. You can just kill it though. Yeah, well, let's just attack first. Yep. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wow. We still don't even have the blessing yet. Woe Strider, huh? It's pretty good. Kills our Sky Marcher. Man, this is an intense game. Oh, the pup's cowering. This is not good. This is not good at all. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, well I guess we have to kind of keep the pressure on. Down to 3. They're gonna have to start sacrificing their creatures, I think. Yep. I'm gaining the life back. We're still in a somewhat winning position. So he can get his Gigantha by it this turn, maybe. Oh my god! No! No! Come on! Seriously? Alright, well we can't keep attacking. It's just not gonna work for us. So now we have to keep this up as a blocker. Opponent gets claimed the firstborn. Haha, sucker. Got him. This is ridiculous. Oh, passing back again. This is such an awkward game. Alright, our opponent decides to draw with a Castle Lock Queen. That's kind of neat. Wait, is that game then? Oh yeah, I guess I have to kill the... That's it's only one. You had to do it in full control. Wow, it really came down to full control. Holy crap, and I would have drew a land. We would have been dead in water still. That's nuts. And hey, guys, we're back in Diamond. Sick. Alright, going into our second game against Lucas in Diamond, and we get to go on we are on the play again. It's not too bad. We're a little bit of a ways from Vengeful Bloodlord, but double Vanguard and a Knight's pretty strong. And we have the colors. We're gonna try it. Alright, our opponent decides to keep 6. They've taken a mulligan. Wonder what we're up against. If I see a mountain, I'm just going to assume I'm going to see an Ulamog next turn. Ha ha ha. Good old swamp. Dread Wanderer, okay. Up against zombies. That's pretty neat. Yep. Well, we're going to go ahead and get in for 1. And we have a pretty good blocker against him. Sort of. We'll be taking more life to keep this indestructible, but it's going to help. Fatal push for our Knight of the Ebon Legions, pretty good. Followed with a Thoughtseize. Gross. Yep, takes our Imperious Bloodlord. That's probably the best pick. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna do it. I'm okay with having that exchange. Legion Lieutenant's actually pretty good. We could play another Adante's Vanguard. You know what? Let's go for Legion Lieutenant. That gets us the most mileage, I think. Puts them down to 13. Yep, Heartless Act for our Legion Lieutenant. It's okay. We only have the one white source. Let's get in for 3. Put them down to 10. We're still a little bit of ways for this having flying, so we're just going to play the Adante's Vanguard. Adante Vanguard. Pass. And our opponent knows about the Sorin, but if we can just get a land, and we're going to need flying now to block this Rankle. That's kind of an issue, huh? Yep. Pass the damage. That's it. Well, we're going to discard the Sky Marcher, I think. It's not quite a land. It will be. Well, we got our opponent down to 4. And they drew a land, so we're okay. We're doing okay. Sure. Tap. Guess you can make a sacrifice a creature. Yep. So we can say goodbye to Sorin. And then this comes back to tap. Or I can't even block, so. Alright, good game from our opponent. So we're going to be going into game 2. So our opponent's on mono black. They got some aggro, Scrap Heaps, and their Dread Wanderers. Leyline seems pretty good here. Fairy, Rogue, Construct, Zombie. Yeah, so a lot of different creature types, not really too relevant there. Thoughtseize is probably going to be good. The extra Fatal Push. The Gifted Aetherborns. And then we'll probably cut these since we're bringing in the Leyline of the Void. I realized that last matchup. Go down 2 Blood Artists. 1 Sky Marcher Aspirant. And a Sorin. We still need to make one more cut. And probably a Legion's Landing. And that seems pretty good. Alright. Going into game 3, our third and final match up against Lucas. Or, I mean, whoa. Going into game 2 against Lucas. Wow, I'm completely off track. We will keep this hand. Alright, opponent has their own Knight. We're going to start off with the Sky Marcher Aspirant. We can hold up the Fatal Push for when he goes to activate it next turn. And just kind of time walk him. Yep, there's a Scrap Heap. We're definitely trading. Double black still dies to that though. So we could go double white and get the Sky Marcher Aspirant and the Legion's Landing. We can also go double black and get the Gifted Aetherborn down, then we're not really doing much else. No matter what we play here, it trades with this. Alright, so I think getting the extra permanent is probably better. This gives us a body. Alright, there's a Fatal Push. I was kind of worried about that. Alright, so we're going to take the 3 this time. Sorin's good, but we need the 3rd land still. We could Fatal Push this, but our opponent has another creature, they can just bring it right back next turn. And we're kind of short now without the double black, so we can't play the Gifted Aetherborn. So we're going to attack for 1, get some life back. And I mean, I could play the Blood Artist. Yeah, I'm going to hold up the Fatal Push though. I'm going to take the 3. Alright, opponent decides to pass. Another Aetherborn. Not great. Well, I guess we're going to pass again. Well, we'll attack first. Opponent's only hitting us for 2, so it's not too bad. This is kind of awkward. Yeah, still want to hold up the Fatal Push. Yep. Gutter Bones. Well, I guess we have to kill Gutter Bones. Should have killed this before the 3, but found a land finally. So actually, how do we want to play this out? I want to get Sorin into play regardless. I think I'm actually going to -3 and get the Gifted Aetherborn into play. The life gain is going to help a ton against this matchup. And if we can find a 4th land in our ley line, we might be able to close out the game. A lot of their threats come out of the graveyard, and if we can just get rid of it, we'll be in much better shape to win this game. Yeah, that was Heartless Act. That's kind of a bummer. And we'll say goodbye to Sorin.
I have other obligations.
We found our 3rd land. That's pretty good. Drano's gonna help. Alright, so we're gonna play Drano. Attack for 2. So we can block the Scrap Heap with the Sky Marcher Aspirant. And we're probably gonna let the Spawn of Mayhem come through. Murderous Rider. That's not good. Definitely not good. Well, Yahenni is probably going to be okay. And we'll just try to gain all this life back. Alright, we're still not dead yet. Reviving that doesn't seem bad. Reviving Gifted Aetherborn doesn't seem bad. I mean, our opponent can attack, but if they can't kill our creatures, they're dead on the backswing. Rankle. That's a good game. They get to hit us for 4/8 in the air, and then have each player draw a card and lose a life, and that is exactly lethal. Another Sorin too. Interesting, interesting. But what did we learn from that matchup? We definitely need to see our ley lines. This is a problem for us. So we probably need to bring these back in. I think we go down the Sorins. actually. It was a little clunky and not really necessarily good in this matchup. Bringing back the creatures is nice, but it's hard to get to 4 mana against this deck. Going into the third and final game against this opponent, and our opening hand is really strong. So depending on how like interactive their hand is, we might have a chance. Alright, opponent mold down to 6. We'll lead off with our Knight of the Ebon Legion. They'll probably copy us or Thoughtseize. Oh, bless you, Pup. Yep, swamp for the opponent. Yep, there's a Thoughtseize. A lot of really good targets for our opponent to pick from, though. Yeah, Legion Lieutenant's probably the strongest overall. And we ended up finding one off the top. See if our opponent hits us with a nice. Don't you love it? That's how Thoughtseize always works for me. Make your opponent discard the 1 copy and they draw into it anyway. Why are you sneezing so much? This Doge has allergies. Well, attack for 1, we missed our land drop. Not good. Not good at all. Oh, now come on. This is just not great at all. So we have our opponent for 3. Not doing anything, though. Guess we play our Blood Artist. If we can find a land off the top. Yeah, Aethersphere Harvester is really strong against us. This might be a loss. Oh yeah, that's definitely going to be a loss. Shoot. Well, our opponent takes what? Takes 1 to crew. He's going to crew with the Dread Wanderer. We take 6 next turn. This has lifelink. He goes back up to 15. But we need to try to pressure our opponent. Alright, so they go back up to 12. Oh my god, and Rankle, jeez. What a setup. And we're just going to miss our 3rd land. No way. Yep, there's a lifelink, so we take 9. Well, we can throw one of these under the bus, I guess. Wait, hold on. So 3, 4 plus 3 is 7. So yeah, it's not really going to be enough to kill him. Throw one of these under the bus. Alright, let's have our opponent lose a life. Wow. Okay, well we found our land. So we can do the 3 to the Rankle, get that off the board. Which we kind of have to. And I'm okay with losing the Sorin on the backswing. Takes it off of our life total. But we have to get rid of this Rankle or we're going to lose.
What is one life to save many?
Get the trigger off the Knight. Okay, so we're okay now. Opponent has to kill Sorin Or we have lethal next turn if they go all out attack. Okay, they have their own knight. That's pretty good. Let's go with the lifelink one more time. Three, 2, 3, 5. Both going face. I'm okay with that. That I am not okay with. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. So, if our opponent lets this come through, right, imagine it's up b5, puts him down to 4, can plus this up to deal 3, that puts him down to 1, and then Blood Artist seeing the death of the Knight of the Ebon Legion, dealing 1 for lethal. The only issue is, if our opponent's smart, they'll block with the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Let's see how our opponent wants to do this. Because we're in a pretty bad position, regardless. We need to try to take this chance. Our opponent might not see the math. They didn't see the math. Oh my god. No way. Okay, so we put them... Yeah, wow. Awesome. Opponent real. Oh no! No! Oh my god! Wow. I went to say good game. I'm such an asshole. Wow. So I guess opponent gets it. Dang. Yep. Yep. Oops is right, opponent. He tricked me with the good game. No. Wow. I'm okay. Welcome back to the wrap up, everybody. If you made it this far, please like, comment, and subscribe for my misery. In the meantime, I'm gonna go cry in the corner. That was probably the biggest misplay I've ever made on the channel so far, and we literally had the game. That good game completely screwed us. Me trying to be nice and saying good game back. But, yeah, we definitely deserve that defeat. I don't even really want to talk about the wrap-up. I think I'm just done with this video, and I'm just going to upload it. So, yeah, like and subscribe for my misery. Bye!